In today's video, I wanted to talk about how I believe that IT is one of the most underrated jobs that you can shoot for. And I think a lot of people are crazy to not even consider IT as being an actual good career that you should pursue. The reason why I say this is because I understand some people's fears because they think, getting into IT, possibly doing IT support or help desk positions, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, you're thinking like, damn, I don't want to stay in those positions constantly answering tickets for the rest of my life, right? And there's some people who do that as a career. I understand that because that could feel a little bit dead-endish because you're not going to hit no $50 to $60 an hour staying in a field like that. It's possible, but more than likely you're probably going to cap out around 35 to 40. That still isn't bad for one, but that's the cap out, so you don't really know how long it's going to take to get there. But the point is that there is different ways you can go into this IT field that I think a lot of people don't think about. For instance, you can get into cloud, you can get into system admin, you can get into networking, you can get into security and that's not even touching cybersecurity. There's just a security section for IT. And there's even so much more after that I'm just honestly can't really think of. But the point is that there's so many different things you could possibly specialize in when it comes to IT support. And it is just so much more broader and there's so much potential. Even so, too, the more that you go and specialize in some of these things like cloud security or networking, that can literally help you get into cybersecurity if that's something that you're interested in. So it's a little bit shocking when some people kind of crap on the idea of IT because I really think it's one of the best options. I guess another fear that people do like to talk about is AI entering the picture, which that fear still boggles me because if AI is coming into the picture, especially if they're planning on making robots, it's technology. It's just going to be a new form. The same way that with IT, you work with phones still. It's not like phones came out and that's a whole separate section. No, that still is considered IT. So if robots end up coming out and stuff like that, and these start to be active, IT needs to be a part of that, even with AI, because AI is software based. And it's like, IT would still have to be a part of that as well, or at least maintenance of it, which still should technically be IT. So a part of me thinks like more job opportunities will actually present itself, and it's so much more smarter to get into it now and start learning everything that you can learn now to hopefully by the time all those things do start to happen, you are actually going to be prepared to be working in that field. And so I'm honestly shocked. And another thing too with IT, sorry, I know I'm just kind of like rambling-ish, but IT has I think it's one of the best jobs or career based, but on top of that, it has one of the best side hustles that you could create, right? It has multiple side hustles that you can create. You could sell PCs, that's one. You could repair you could build PCs and then sell them, that's one. You could repair phones, laptops, computers, desktops, whatever the hell, that's two. You could offer IT support to either businesses or offer it to friends, family, other clientele who obviously needs help. You could offer those services. That's three. That's outside, and this is all outside of an actual career. I forgot what number 4 was, but there's just so much opportunity there when you learn IT, when you learn about computers and you learn about repairing, fixing, building, and troubleshooting, how you could turn that into a career, especially when you learn about networking. Because I know I said offer IT support, but you could also offer networking and offer to install people's networks or modems and stuff like routers, and stuff like that. And it just gets even more crazier down the line, the more ideas that you can come up with that I just obviously can't think off the top of my head. But the ones I already said, it's pretty crazy. And some people don't even see it like that. It's like, not only would it be a good career, it's also a really good side hustle builder. So it's a really good income source on all ends, whether that's side hustle or even entrepreneurship too, because you could make it your main career. I just feel like for me, I personally would rather do all of it at the same time, like have the career, do the side hustles. And I just think that this path is just so much more broader. And it's definitely a long path to get into because you do have to learn a lot, and some positions you do need to start in a smaller section. But when you figure out about specializations and you see something that you like, what IT support, I never really liked IT support like help desk. I wouldn't mind tier 2, tier 3, but help desk is always like made me think like, oh, I don't want to do it. But eventually, when you look at other things you could specialize in, like something I'm super interested is cloud and network engineering. And I think that is like going to be super crazy, for one, because cloud is being used almost everywhere it's going to be. And I'm like, cloud just is one of the best ones, or getting into the security aspect. But when you look at these jobs and you look at these things that you would have to do, I feel like a lot of it, people low-key are gonna look at it and be like, oh shoot, I could actually do that, or I'm actually think I could learn that, you know, because we could learn whatever we could put our mind to. But if you also look at the pay for those things, it is substantial. It actually makes sense for what you are going to be doing at your job. And it's not, like I said, it's not something that's easy and quick. That might be the main reason why people quit on this journey, is because they're looking for some fast money and they don't want to start in beginning positions. If you're someone who doesn't care about fast money and you understand the climb is worth it, it's the same thing with getting your CDL. A lot of people think getting your CDL, you're immediately going to start in a $30 an hour job. That's just not true. You might start at 23 and then have to work your way up, but that's if you're starting local. A lot of people don't want to go over the road. Obviously, if you go over the road, it does pay a little bit more, but it's like people don't want to build themselves up. Y'all have no idea how 1 year of experience can change your whole next year. And so I think a lot of people quit with that knowledge because they just want something that's going to be fast. But if you understand that it's going to take time, but no matter what, you're going to get there, because there's just so many job applications, especially if you're working. And there's going to be more. That's the greatest thing. There's going to be more. The more jobs that, like, people think AI is going to take these jobs are actually going to be produced even more. So it's like, it's so much better to even learn it now, because you're going to be in such a better financial position and have a good career by that time. Just make sure you specialize in something. You know, it's the same thing with, like, even with being a nurse. I know some people who are nurses and they get paid $40 to $50 an hour, but that's kind of your cap pay. Is like somewhat around 50. You could climb up, but it moves very slow. But specializing in something as a nurse is where the cheese is at. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to learn different type of careers. Just don't go based off of what other people say. I think is my biggest thing. Don't go based off of what other people say. Choose, because that was almost what I did. Because I almost sat there and I almost literally chose to pretty much not, I almost chose to pretty much not do IT support because a lot of people crapped on it. Then when I made my own decision for myself, I was like, oh shoot, IT honestly is low-key the wave. Like, I'm just so shocked so many people aren't, you know, like, hip to it. But I get it, because it's a, you know, I get it. There's too much people who are chasing, you know, just wanting to be rich, that even jobs now, like getting your CDL or like going for nursing or doing these things, sometimes they even can get crapped on just for the pay. But it's like, the pay's still good. You know what I mean? Like, I think the problem is with social media making people want to be millionaires. And so when people see that they're only gonna make, you know, and they say only, not me, but they're only gonna make $4K a month, they think that's nothing. I'm like, shoot, I would die for $4K a month, bro. Or even $6K, and I'm chilling. I don't need nothing more than that. But people want to make like $12K, $20K, as if they can't get by. Like, I'm living pretty damn well off of what I get paid, and I don't even get paid like that much. So I'm just like, I know I could live off of what I get paid now, but I know I could, like, if I did get paid a little bit more, or got paid $6 to $4K, I would be like, listen, life would be just a little bit different at least. But the problem is that a lot of people want to live a rich life, so when they see that IT doesn't pay that at the jump, it's like they just don't want to go for it. But I don't know, it's crazy. I think IT is honestly one of the best decisions. I don't think everyone has to go for it. I just think, don't crap on IT. IT is low-key goated, and as long as you specialize in something like cloud security, system admin, infrastructure, what is the other one? Network engineering, the one I want to do. Kind of want to merge cloud and network engineering. I think it's a little bit smarter to do for me. Hey, or even doing a data center, a data tech center. I think someone just put me onto that. That one looks crazy too. And I'm like, it's insane. I just know, I understand people just don't want to climb up, but when you do, it's gonna feel so much better. But thank y'all for watching. Hope you guys ended up enjoying this one. I'm sorry for the low quality video. I was supposed to film this the other day, forgot to do it, so here we are in the car. Love y'all. Y'all are super goated. Catch you in the next one. Deuces.